Really quick. Seem to be getting a lot of people like freaking out over me wanting to do a special event. The guides basically came in and have been telling me that they wanted to do a special event where I healed people, where I could, you know, take the extra time to like go in and actually, if somebody was blocked, go in and clear them. And we did one of these like a few months ago, and we charged $150 for it. We let you apply your $100 credit towards it, and then we applied your $25 credit that you usually get for class. So it ended up costing you $25. That was like so confusing and annoying. So instead of doing that, we just said, hey, all tier 4s, you pay 25 bucks. People that are not Patreons, you pay 50. And the new tier 5 people, you pay 10 bucks. So it was just kind of like a little incentive for the new tier 5 people. The new tier 5 people are the people that I consider to be kind of like my study group people, because a lot of the times I don't have someone here to channel with. So what I'll end up doing is just logging in, and I'll broadcast with tier 5 and say, hey guys, who's here? Who wants to see what this looks like? Or who wants to see what that looks like? Because after Saturday's class, I was like blown away. And the Friday, the attunement class that we did like 3 weeks prior, at your guys' abilities, Mara, Sue, Susan, all you guys from the attunement class, I mean, you guys are extremely talented. And I was like, oh my gosh, if we could take all that talent from these people who think that they can't do anything, and we can all collaborate, we can freaking save the world, you guys. This is amazing, you know? So the only thing that I changed about tier 4 is that somewhere along the line, me setting the space and clearing your house, which while I'm in radio mode, I'm up in like the 19th dimension is what I'm hearing. I don't even know if the top dimension is the 21st. I'm not going to go there right now. We'll ask about that tomorrow. But anyways, I'm up in the 19th dimension. So figure the higher you are, the smaller things look. So if I want to clear a house, it's like, it's done. If I'm down here, because the class is over and I'm not up all boosted up by everybody from the radio show, then to do a house clearing, it takes me an hour to an hour and a half. That's why the hubby scrubbies and the house clearings are extra. They're $15 extra, because if you sign up then, I can do them during the Wednesday night class while I'm still all boosted up from Tuesday's radio show all the way through Wednesday. And then usually I land sometime in my body like around like Thursday afternoon after getting everything done. But somewhere along the way, something got misunderstood. I'm not ruling myself out as the guides saying, oh, I'll clear everyone's house. But you know what, the guides I can give them some of my essence. They're not the ones that are in a physical body. They're not the ones with a 2-year-old and a 1-year-old. They're not the ones that don't get to sleep at night. And they're not the ones with a husband that's gone 5 days a week. And they're not the ones that have to clean a house and do the dishes and do the laundry and also do a radio show and also work full-time and also run a business and also write and also create a TV channel there. No. All they do is go, what we'd like to say is that this is what you need to do. So I do as much as I need to do. And when tier 4 started, when I first grandfathered, I looked in it, I just looked because I got I got an email from all of you, I guess, got together and somebody sent me an email from all of you saying that I wasn't living up to my word with my business. First of all, I don't look at this as business. I look at this as my passion and you guys giving an energy exchange. My business is I do sessions, I do healings, and I haven't been able to do those since doing Patreon because it takes up a lot of my time. My job is as a healer, as a medical intuitive, as a psychic surgeon, as a spiritual intuitive, as a manifestation coach, as somebody who sits down one-on-one with people and does healings, and I haven't been able to do that since starting Patreon because the guides wanted me to do this Christ mass media explosion. So I've been trying to do what I can, but I can't be the only one that works for free. So, you know, Sue works her butt off. So we tried to incentivize the tier 4 people to go and try the app by giving it to them for free. But turns out, and I just found this out, Sue was spending 5 or 6 hours a day working with the coding and the programming and all this stuff, trying to get it so that it would work for you guys, which is why all these tiers were being created. So all of this communication between me and Audrey and Marla and Sue and all came about when I decided not to text message anymore. And I've actually been speaking with people and talking on the phone. And it's like, oh my God, you've been spending how much time, Sue? You have 2 full-time jobs. You're an acupuncturist. You're like a Chinese doctor. Like, you've got your own thing. And she loves this work so much. And she loves God and wants to understand God and herself and live a happy, amazing life so much that she literally probably donates 6 to 7 hours a day and probably every waking moment thinking about this stuff over here. We've got a lot of other people that volunteer and stuff like that. But, you know, just to be clear, I don't make money on Patreon either. This is all goes back to the students, and it goes towards basically a place to record these videos and the cameras and all that stuff. So this is like a passion project. So by all of you tier 4 people saying that, you know, I'm a bad business person and that I'm going back on my word by not doing a house clearing on every single person, there was 27 people in tier 4 when I said the grandfathering thing. I looked, and 27 people would have been reasonable to do a house clearing, but when I meant house clearing, I meant clearing your house so your alcoholic husband's demons don't get on my newly sober little 21-year-old over here that had an alcoholic dad, and we're all meditating together. That's what I meant by clearing your house, clearing your space, making it safe for everybody else so that that garbage doesn't get in here that will get on that person. Because that's what happens in meditation groups is people come together, they meditate together, but the teacher doesn't know what they're doing and they just combine everybody's stuff. So that's why you guys are able to have good experiences during the meditations, because I'm psychotic about making sure that you guys are safe. But to tell me that I'm a bad person because I won't do 112 full-blown healings after the show is over is not fair, especially knowing that I'm a new mom, that I mean, and the person who wrote the letter says, well, I don't even get the house clearings anyways, and I don't even use the $100 credit towards anything anyways. So it's like, I know that you're representing everybody else apparently. According to your letter, you said you sent it to everybody, that it includes everybody, and that it represents everybody in tier 4. And I'm sorry, you guys. I wish that I was Superwoman. I wish that I wasn't a drug addict that wanted to take a painkiller every time I run into someone's home that has painkillers. You know, they have issues in there. You know, I'm healing too. I'm a person. I'm not a robot. So there's been nothing that's been taken away. I'm just doing a special event for the next 3 weeks because the guides were very excited to talk about the new earth, very excited to unclog a bunch of people, very excited to bring in a bunch of new information and for us to collaborate and for me to have class the way that I used to have class, where I wasn't the teacher. I'm just holding the space. And then in turn, have you guys be able to see that, oh my gosh, I don't need to know everything Marissa knows. All we have to do is just meditate and then share. And I can make money doing what she's doing. I can make $1,000 a week, and I can, you know, quit my crappy job and not have my commute, and I can work right out of my living room on video, and I can help raise the vibration of the planet because of it, and in turn learn a ton too. So that was my sincere intention of this. Tier 5, you guys are going to be my study buddies. Tier 7, you guys are going to be my badass teachers that we're gonna get together, and you're gonna have access to all the videos, all the audios, everything that's in the website. But the problem with the videos, which I didn't realize until recently, until getting off of I've got one medication left to get off of, I didn't realize that when somebody watches a video, not an audio, a video from like say a month ago, I get sucked into it because that was in my field prior to the planet shifting. So anything prior to January 18th, if you watch it intending to have me heal you, I get sucked into it. And then Madison starts banging her head against the wall and screaming, and Parker starts flipping, and we all get sucked into the 4th dimension. So this is like about self-preservation, my family's preservation. This is about keeping me safe. And me, I could care less. I mean, look at my arms. They're covered in slashes from trying to kill myself about 1 million times over the years. it's my kids. They don't deserve to have somebody's alcoholic husband or I mean, I literally, when I do the healings, have to live through people's molestations. I have to feel it. I have to go through it. I have to, if I'm not in radio mode, okay? So if I'm in radio mode or if I'm in class mode, I'm up here and I'm just like clear, boom, 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 done, you know? But if it's to the point where it's like, oh my gosh, I'm on house clearing 50, I still have 40 hubby scrubbies and I still have this, and class is over, and then Scott and Christina and everyone come in, they're like chatting away, and I get pulled back down, then I have to do them. I'm not just gonna screw anybody. I'm not a crook. I'm gonna go through and I'm gonna do every single thing that people have asked me to do, and because that's just the type of person I am. But then that's when I'm down in the fourth dimension with you, and I'm reliving the smells, oh, it's horrible, and I feel so sad for people, and I don't even know who you are because I number you guys, but it's awful. It's awful. It's absolutely awful. And then I go home and it gets all over Madison. So I don't want to have anything to do with the videos from prior to January 18th, and that is why I'm taking those down. Anyone who's in tier 7, you will still have access to those, but I'm capping them off. So it's like you can't get healing from them. There's not, the energy is sealed. However, you can add your own energy to them. You can use them to teach. You can use them to create courses. You can use them for anything that you want because you're going to be one of my teachers. You can work with Janice for a discounted rate, a coach. You can work with me. Like, we're going to have our Q&As. We're going to be like a little teacher gang. You know, tier 5 are going to be like my study buddies, where I just hop online and go, hey, who wants to do some readings? Who wants to do this? Who wants to do that? Quite honestly, I thought it was a pretty good deal. It was only $50 more, and, you know, come to class for $10 ends up being $190. And everybody that's written and the big group letter from all the tier 4s have said it's not about the money, it's about me keeping my word, and I'm not taking my word back. I still will clear the house every dime before class because I want to keep everybody safe. Just somewhere along the line, somebody got the idea that they needed to send their address in to get their house cleared. And I was clearing those houses thinking that they were like hubby scrubby house clearings, because I was just pulling up all the healing at discoverintuition.com. And that was a disconnect somewhere between me, Sue, Audrey, Mariah, Marla, somewhere along the line, something got screwed up. Steve takes care of his aunt now. Steve was like our rock. And I think ever since Steve's been gone, we're like, ah, and I'm kind of just floating around because we need that male energy to kind of like anchor us in. Sue is absolutely amazing. The app is not going to be included in any of this anymore, but that was never part of the deal of the grandfathering in. $55 people, you still get to stay in your tier for the, you know, to watch later. The only difference is that the new $55 people are now 100. So since you're 100 and since the old grandfather people are 100, none of you have to come to class. You can watch after, get your healing later. You just have to, we're going to create a form that you can just fill out and say, hey, do my healing. Because what I do is when class starts, I pull up the form and I number everybody and I do all those healings during class while I'm out of body. And I witness all of them. And before class, that's why sometimes it takes me 20, 30 minutes to start class. I'm actually clearing everybody's houses because I don't want everybody's stuff contaminating each other. And that's why there's a few people that we've kicked out of the group lately for their negative comments, because their negative comments are actually affecting other people to the point where their vibrations are dropping and they're picking up the stuff from the other people. So I'm going to recommend now before every class, say, turn your comments off. Only comment between, you know, you and I. If you really want to talk about something, but no sideline chit-chatting, unless, of course, you want to chat and just write to that one person, because it's ruining a lot of people's experiences, hearing people go, oh, I don't feel a effing thing. This is so stupid. And blah, blah. It's like, no one wants to hear what's going on in your head. Like, no one wants to hear what's going on in my head. Apparently what's going on in my head confuses the crap out of everyone. So all you grandfather people are still grandfathered. You just don't have video prior to January 18th, because the healing is still open on those, and same with the $55 people. What will happen is you'll just have the audio and you'll be able to listen to it through your RSS feed. I've instructed anyone who posts as me on Patreon to no longer post in the post section, to only post in the community section, so that when you pull it through your RSS feed, which Feedly, Feedly, Ly is Feedly. You just basically go into settings and you can scroll down and I'll say, choose my RSS link name, and you can type in your name. So it'll be like patreon.com, discovering intuition dash like Aaron, Aaron, whatever, Aaron's link or whatever, and or Justin's link or whatever, and then you take that address and you type it into Feedly, or there's a whole bunch of other ones like Free Flow. Just type in top RSS feeds, and every time we post, it'll go into that. But if you're getting a bunch of garbage all the time that are just like updates and stuff like that, then it kind of defeats the purpose. So you just want to have audio coming through them, just a bunch of audio, which is what it was intended to be. But when we started the $25 tier, it was supposed to be behind the scenes, like video, and just for fun, and then me doing readings after like the radio show and stuff like that. So things have changed, and hopefully you guys can understand. And I'm sorry to all the 80 tier 4 people that hate me, and I just don't know what else to say. There's like 20 of you that have written to me privately, and I absolutely love you guys for understanding. Just that this isn't a business. This is me bringing to you all the stuff that I'm learning and trying to share with you. Prior to starting Patreon, I was making about $9,000 a week. 300 people a week were coming to my online class, and I was doing my workshops, and people were also signed up for Patreon. So I just had about 300 people there. So that was like about $7,500 there. So I was making a ton of money, and that's when I started feeling guilty because so much money was coming in that's when I said, okay, half's going to scholarships, half's going towards Patreon, and I don't want you to pay $30 a week anymore. I'm going to make it $100 for all the classes, and you get all the content for free combined in. And then at some point, I guess I said that I clear everyone's house before class, and that somehow turned into people sending me their addresses, and I mistakenly thought those were people that were paying me $15 for the hubby scrubbies and house clearing. So anyways, that's the inner workings of my brain, and that's my apology, which I don't do very much, and I apologize to all of you 80 tier 4 people that got together and sent me that email. I'm very, very sorry that you're disappointed in me, and I do everything, but I can't let my family be affected. I can't let my family be affected by other people's stuff. They're too innocent, too beautiful to have to go through what we went through, you guys. I have to get everything done between Tuesday and Wednesday, and then I need to cut it, and that's it. And then class needs to be cut before the next one starts. That's just all there is. I'm sorry for letting you guys down. Namaste.